Welcome to Team Sports Entertainment, your one-stop shop for mature dialogue. We're going to get right to it. Welcome to Team Sports Entertainment, the podcast, your one-stop shop for mature sports dialogue. I am your host, Earl Teemer, alongside my co-host, my big uncle, Alan Teemer. Before we go any further, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and most importantly, hit the notification bell. That way you know Dream Teamers when we upload new content. All right. As you can see from Big Unc's face, he's disturbed. And so am I. Los Angeles Lakers, man.
Disgusted.
Yeah, man. they look horrendous. Terrible. And it's just proving the point that the unanimous MVP in the league.
Yeah. I mean, when we start talking about most valuable players, it's listen, when he was playing and they all healthy, people was
Who's he?
LeBron.
All right. No doubt. All right.
They was labeling them a super team. But, I mean, every team he's on, it's always, they're super teams until he's not there. And then when he leaves, then what happened? And here it is now, you know, and Laker fans. I'm in a lot of Laker communities, and I see how a lot of true, diehard, lifetime Laker fans still, even after him winning the championship in LA, don't like him. And still badmouth him as if, you know, as if the team, he needs the team.
No, they need him.
They need him bad. But, you know, I always knew, I mean, as far as for winning a championship, but I didn't know they were this bad.
Well, this is reminiscent of his first year there. They were balling, top 4 seed. He got hurt, didn't make the playoffs.
Right. Mm-hmm.
People use that against him. Well, he didn't lead the Lakers to the playoffs. They missed the playoffs. If you watch the games, you knew his value. He wasn't out there balling.
Like I told you, they don't like him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they're gonna always find any narrative to take away what he does, and because anything else, what he brings makes you an automatic contender.
That's a fact.
And you take him out the game. He's out the game, and these guys are just. And then you got players like Kuzma, who most people would say, "Oh, he's the only one that showed up." No, this is what Kuzma does. He plays great when it's not winning basketball.
Yeah.
It's not winning basketball. So he puts. That's what he was doing when they was losing. The type of numbers he had tonight, 20 and everybody say he had 20 points and all that, because it's losing basketball. It's nothing that's leading to winning.
So I'm gonna keep it a buck. We gonna, because you know we keep it real here at Team Sports. We even did a video on an episode on Kuz, the rebirth, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I thought he had turned the corner.
He did.
But now he's reverting back to what he used to play.
We haven't seen that. It's crazy. The way he was playing, it wasn't like he was jumping off the play to give you a bunch of points as if he was a soon to be all-star. He was playing as a complete role player.
No doubt, yeah.
He was rebounding.
Boards,
yeah. He was
filling the lane.
Hustling, hustling, making defensive plays, things like that.
You're right.
And since Brown and and Anthony Davis, that's a whole nother topic.
Listen,
but we'll get to him in a minute. I mean, we could talk about Kuz and the fact that he appeared to be the only one that showed up tonight, but that's not what it is.
That's not the only one that showed up.
No, the only one that actually showed up, and this is going to be, and the stat sheet is not going to show it because it's still horrendous. But the only one that did show up tonight was Wesley Matthews.
No doubt.
And why? Because he's the only one playing with effort and heart.
Mm-hmm. Even if it wasn't, the shot wasn't falling.
Even if it wasn't effective, it was still the fact that he was out there hustling. He was playing defense.
He even got to the rack off the dribble a couple of times.
He had no choice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. the same thing we just talked about with Kuzma is the same thing with Drummond. These guys are on bad teams and give you stats. That's easy to do. I've been saying that for the longest. That's
Winning
the same thing that happened when Cleveland picked up Kevin Love. Kevin Love was a 20-something and 10 guy.
Yeah.
Every night.
Minnesota.
He comes to Cleveland playing with LeBron. His stats come down, but it was winning basketball.
And people try to make it look
like
as
LeBron took away from his game. Same thing with Bosh.
This is a fact. First round exits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now here we are, Anthony Davis. His body is made totally different than any other human there is.
Yo, let's call it what he's soft.
He's all I can see is Kobe. That's all I can see is Kobe saying soft. No, soft. Because how you twist your ankle and now you have back spasms.
Well, we was watching the game and you even said it to yourself. Well, to me, how
look
they
at his
back
body
there
language.
searching for something.
But even before all of that.
Oh yeah, the body language. Yeah.
Look at his body language. He looked before that.
After the first quarter, after that happened, he sat down. And
No, because remember, we turned the game on late.
Yeah.
It was probably like a minute and something had already went by, so we didn't know what was taking place. I think the score was 8-4 when we actually got to that game. 8-4, but then immediately I was watching his body language. Anthony Davis. First of all, I was watching where he was at on the. That's the first thing. Where is he positioning himself at? On the perimeter.
Doing dribble handoffs with Drummond. Vogel.
Yeah.
We'll get to you.
You definitely. Yeah, and you know, all season long I've been one of them types that when the Lakers starts struggling, I understand. Yo, it's give them time. I mean, don't start bugging out over losses. But this is really looking bad. And you talking about falling into the play-in, they might not make the playoffs. Because if you lose in the play-in, you never made the playoffs.
This is a fact. Only thing going in their favor is the fact that they'll have an opportunity two chances to get into the playoffs because they're the 7th or 8th seed.
The way they're playing,
you don't want that, but
the way they're playing, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. These
the
guys,
way they're playing without Braun, yes.
Without Braun.
Yeah.
And Schroeder. Because even when LeBron was out and AD was out, they were looking bad, but not like this. And I understand they don't have a point guard. They did not have a point guard at all tonight.
And that, yeah, definitely. I didn't realize how bad that was, the depth as far as point guard goes, until tonight.
You
actually was like, who's the backup point guard? Wesley Matthews was bringing the ball up. Drummond was bringing the ball up as well.
Yeah, because you know why?
They got the dog in the backcourt, man.
The player that the Lakers refused to give, he got a $7 million contract.
Rondo.
Mm-hmm. Rondo know this team well.
Yeah.
And when they pressured up. And none of them wanted the ball. It was like, I don't want to hear take
Hot
it.
potatoes. As soon as they got the ball, they was looking for the next pass.
Listen, it's easy to sit here and bash a team when they're down, but I've been very patient with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I've been very patient. I know injuries, but it's a part of the game. And if you lose, I didn't expect them to win the game, and that's the thing. I didn't expect. I expected them to compete, and what I saw is they didn't even compete. They were nervous, like middle school kids playing in their first organized game.
But I think the fact that AD didn't come back in the game kind of hurt the team's confidence. Because remember, when he sat down, they were down, and they kept it within about 6 or 8. And I was like, yo, AD, when you come back in, the bench kept the game pretty close.
But then the camera went on him a bit, and he was on the
head.
bench. And what did I say to you? I said, he's looking for a way out.
And boy, was he. Because anytime they repeatedly show a clip of you hurting your ankle, and then ultimately you're out because of back spasms.
Yeah. and it took him a long time to figure that out.
Man, and we're laughing because sometimes you just gotta just laugh it off because at this point it's nonsense.
You know the gift that I'm talking about?
With Kobe, soft. I'm talking to Dwight Howard.
Yeah, just that's all I can see. That's all. And you got on his sneakers, the Mamba. Take them off until you play like it. Period. Get your big behind down in the paint and stop acting like you're a guard.
Everything is finesse with him, man. Even when that attempt with the reverse layup and he's screaming looking for the foul, he makes the game so much harder than it has to be. He doesn't want to bang.
I'm upset, and I've been very, very cordial when it comes to the Lakers and giving them time and all that. And there's some things I understand if you're not 100% and all that, but give an effort.
Yeah, it was
and don't look for ways out the game.
Quit.
And now I can understand why LeBron, who I've been mad at too, but I understand at his age, and he's seen him. He knows all of this right here, and he knows that he has to be
a dog.
He when he comes back, he has his hands full, and he knows that, and he's making sure that he's as healthy as he can be, because you will see a difference.
No doubt.
You will see a difference. And
everyone can go back to their roles. Like, even when you watch the games, Caruso, you can tell his limitations are being exposed.
Yeah.
Because you're asking for so much from him to where it's almost like he seems like a liability. Like today against the Clippers, he got to defend Kawhi and PG. That's a lot, man.
That's a lot on him.
And you need him to score the ball.
Run the offense.
It's too much.
He's not that type of guy. And I just don't know, man.
I know one thing, though.
What's that?
Vogel is not who I thought he was.
No. Because this was the perfect game that you've been talking about, Gasol, right? You got 6'7", Montrezl Harrell, who you sat last game. So you put him in because you sat him? Because this was the matchup for Gasol. So you can't coach like that. Oh, it's your turn. It's his turn to go. No, the matchup was perfect. Normally, Gasol got to sit because the matchups don't work.
And how many teams has that player to where you need Gasol? Maybe about 3 or 4. We're talking Philly, probably Denver. Cousins is there now with the Clippers.
And Cousins looked like, when the last time Cousins had to be double teamed?
Yo, that's crazy. They were actually sending a double.
I had to send a double, breaking their whole defense down.
Because that's coaching then.
Yes, because now you have Harrell down there guarding that big body one-on-one. Yeah. That's how you started it off. And then you made an adjustment to send double teams. But then you also doubling Kawhi when he's 30 feet away from the basket, and he's not even known as a break you down type guy to get to the basket. So why are you double teaming him and he's 30 feet away from the basket with his man covering him?
Yeah.
Why?
There's no rhyme or reason.
So you breaking down your defense for Kawhi. You breaking down your defense for Cousins. It made the game so easy for them. That's why they was getting wide open threes. 11 threes in the first half, shooting over 60-something%.
And the game plan was almost, I wouldn't say the game plan. It's almost like he didn't realize that Rondo was on that team. Like, Rondo is going to exploit every mismatch on the floor.
Yeah.
Cousins, he was going out his way looking for that.
Right.
And it's almost like he was coaching as if this is the old Clippers team. This is a whole different other ball game, man. And Trez, it's not like you got him out there because he's balling offensively. He wasn't even doing that.
He's been struggling for a while. I mean, I've been watching people praise him, and I'm saying no. I see the holes that the Clippers had. Yeah,
you've been saying that a while, and I'm gonna even go a little further. He's starting to look like a bad contract on the. on the squad, man.
That was the money that they were supposed to give Rondo.
And someone else.
And they would have had someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's undersized. Defensively, it seems like he's never where he's supposed to be. Offensively,
he spent too much time yelling and screaming and looking at the refs instead of playing ball.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And at 6'7", you should be able to move your feet. Yeah. And they should be able to switch everything when he's at the 4.
No doubt.
But they can't. It's like he's a big. He's faster than Gasol. He should be able to rotate, but he doesn't. He doesn't make the rotation. And every time he's in the game, don't make a difference who they're playing against. They're picking on him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Defensive, they put him in a pick and roll. If they put him on a big, they're posting up the big.
And with all that being said, from the Vogel rotation issue, from Trez not producing, from Gasol not getting minutes, Caruso's limitations being exposed somewhat, Kuz not playing the way he was, playing winning basketball, AD being soft, the list goes on and on, right?
Yeah.
When Bron was there, they were top 3 in the West.
But
not a super team.
But some people gonna say, oh, but then when AD got hurt, they was losing games too.
But they were still there.
Yeah.
At one point, they was top 3 fighting with Phoenix and Utah.
Right.
Now they're at the 6th seed.
You might as well just put them at the 7th because tomorrow they got Portland and Anthony, whose ankle bone is connected to his backbone. Probably won't be playing.
Yo, man, you can't make this up. It's almost like they've decided, you know what, we're going to do the play-in thing. Because that's the way it's looking. Because tonight showed me if AD had any sense of urgency, his intensity should have been through the roof. He came out taking contested shots from behind the arc. I don't get it, man. He wasn't on the boards. He just didn't look energetic.
He was intimidated.
By who? Zubac?
I don't know who. All I see is Kobe. Soft. That's all I see.
Listen, man.
When AD has a lot to prove to me.
He does.
He has a lot to prove to me. And I know last year, but that was Rondo.
Yeah, going out.
Rondo making him.
He was doing that in New Orleans with him.
Right. Get down there.
Yeah.
And right now, there's nobody making him, not even the coach.
Nah. You can even, like I said, those dribble handoffs with him and Drummond, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. AD can get that shot by himself.
Right.
He's settling. He's making a conscious effort to shoot a bunch of jump shots.
He didn't play much. He was out on the perimeter the whole time that he was playing, healthy. Never got in the paint for one shot.
Yeah, until he took that contested, out of control reverse layup.
That was it.
Yeah, that was looking for the bailout.
Right, and that was when he really was ready to. He had already twisted his ankle already. He had already twisted the ankle at that point.
Yeah.
He had already did that. He played a good 5 minutes after that. Yeah. So that's why he realized, I can't say it's my ankle because I was running up and down the court after that. Oh, it's my back.
And they said they were back there evaluating him, so they probably...
Back spasms. You got a back spasm now. You're going to have you got a back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah, can't play tomorrow. So probably melded in. Listen, man, we're going to go for the play-in and see what happens. At least from their mentality, there's no dog in them. But to go back to your original point, Lakers fans and whomever out there is watching, stop taking Bron for granted.
Yeah.
Like, enough is enough, man. I know we sound like fanboys. No, we fans of the game. Like, you watch certain games and you see the presence immediately. What's missing? Rondo is missed from the squad.
Yeah.
And so was Bron.
And so is Bron. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is.
And you saw he was missed even when he had Schroeder, because Schroeder is not floor general.
Mm-mm.
He's not a floor general. He's more of a scoring point guard.
Yeah.
And he doesn't find the cutters when they're cutting, and that's one of the reasons. And on Drummond's behalf, that's one of because many times I see him wide open for layups, roll into the basket, or somebody smaller than him, he got pinned down, and they don't get him the ball. And a lot of that is if you pay attention and watch the game and examine everything, not just where the ball is. I watch the whole floor when I'm watching the game, and I see there's a lot of friction between Drummond and Kuzma. Tonight was more than ever because they were now giving each other words back and forth. Drummond, which this is not going to sound like, I should be saying, Drummond got a man pinned down under the basket, and Kuzma didn't make the pass. He swing the pass around. I mean, all they were shooting was 3-pointers.
That's it.
That was it. And none of them are great 3-point shooters. Not percentage
streaky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
don't let Kuzma hit one or two early. Forget about it. I don't know, man.
Oh, I know what's missed. I know who hasn't been balling, who hasn't met their expectations, and I know for a fact that Vogel, he doesn't have a grasp of his own team. Because he's not even, think about this, they're about 5 or 6 games away from the play-in, then you have the playoffs the next week. His rotations have been so erratic to where you haven't even gotten anyone prepared.
And I can understand injuries. I understand that. But there is no continuity to his rotation at all.
It's not. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It don't make sense.
Unless he plans on shortening it so much to where we're talking maybe an 8-man rotation.
He has no choice.
At this point.
But how can you shorten it when you don't know who's showing up? You don't know what KCP is showing up. You don't know what Kuzma is showing up. Caruso is always going to give you an effort. Defensively, he's going to give you an effort. And when he don't have to worry about trying to bring the ball up, run an offense, and he can just focus on what he does. The problem is he don't knock down the open shots. No. He's not aggressive offensively at all. But his defense on the floor, when he plays with
LeBron,
his numbers on the floor when LeBron is playing, them two together is high up there as if he's a superstar.
Yeah.
And this is why they call him the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is why they call him the GOAT. But when it all come down to it, we sit around with and we always say, it's easy to bash your team, but if you're a true fan, you wouldn't bash your team. But I haven't done it all year.
Nah.
But there comes a time when you must wake up and be honest with yourself.
I don't even believe that. I think true fans are realists. Like, we don't just walk around oblivious to what's going on. If you trash, you trash. If you're balling, you balling.
Right.
Not saying you throw them under the bus for little things.
No, you got it. It's like, to me, I'm saying what I'm saying now publicly.
Mm-hmm.
I've been feeling it and seeing it and saying it to myself, frustrated watching these games. But I feel Vogel not telling them. I feel Vogel not, because it's game after game after game. They get worse at what they're doing. So coaching,
it means a lot. But somebody on that bench, Phil Handy, I know he chat like, yo, ball up. I know Jason Kidd saying something. Lionel Hollins. Some of these cats are just, they've made up their mind that they're going to be finesse players. And I think that's who AD is, ultimately. We want him to be that dog because you see the skill set. He's, in most people's minds, top 5 in the league, right? As far as talent goes. You know what he can be. But some people just don't have that dog in him. and he's not. Maybe he's not a Batman. He's a Robin. He needs an individual like Bron to continue to push him because tonight proved it. Not that his shot was falling, or he was missing his shot, or he couldn't get a shot. He didn't want to ball.
That's the problem. See, I'm saying I can
He
see
didn't want
if
to
he
play
gave
ball.
an effort. This is why I'm upset, because before he checked out, and I told you he was going to check out. I saw it all in his body language.
You said it.
I saw it in his body language before all of that.
Nah, I give you that. You
Right?
definitely said it.
The shots he was taking was the same shots he been missing all season.
But those are the same shots that lost the Dallas game, right? Up 17?
Up 17, same shots.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Lakers in trouble, man.
Yeah. But I still have faith in the squad. I ain't going to get it twisted.
I got faith in the squad. I'm hoping that LeBron is doing exactly what all his haters, people that don't like him, people that don't really care for him much. You hear a lot that he should be able to play. I believe that LeBron knew what we seen tonight, and he knows that he has to be.
Yeah.
And he's gonna, and don't think he's packing it in, because he's gonna come, and he's gonna push this team.
No doubt.
If he can get back in time, he's gonna push this team. Only thing is,
who ride with him?
They don't need to be in no one game playing. They need to.
Well, they have a favorable schedule in comparison. Well, when you compare it to Portland's schedule,
Yeah.
think of Portland last three games is against Phoenix, Utah, and Denver.
And ours.
Where you can throw Houston in theirs as well. We play Houston, right? We get the Knicks, Portland.
Yeah, but that this is the thing. LeBron comes back Tuesday, right? That's the Knicks game.
That's the next game, yeah.
And then they got a back-to-back, so they come right back the next night and play Houston. So if LeBron's ankle is really skeptical, you're going to play him in the back-to-back. So that means he'll play against, let's say, the Knicks. You going to play him against Houston?
That's when AD's supposed to ball. Give me 35, 15, game over, third quarter, go sit down. Because everybody been smacking Houston around. You cannot lose that game.
Listen, man. At one point, if you had to make a choice between the Joker and Anthony Davis, you say Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what the Joker doing with his team right now? And you got better skill set. No, I can't say because
he's
Joker
more
got skill set.
athletic. That's about it.
But he can do everything that he does.
Yeah.
More and athletically.
Yeah.
Except pass. He's not a passer. He can't make those passes, Joker. No. Joker's a better player as of this season than Anthony Davis.
I'll give you that.
I guess that's why he's the MVP. But the most valuable, that's a difference between what they made the MVP now.
Whatever that criteria is. We
Right.
don't know what it is.
Right.
It's just
But
feelings.
the most valuable, it's being proven right now.
Yeah, he's resting right now. High ankle sprain.
High ankle sprain.
Yeah.
36 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. There's so many things that we done touched on. Complaining, not being. We've been positive all season.
No doubt. Even
Even
conscious
in the
effort to, because
we found that silver lining.
Yeah.
Always that we can to help you guys, right? Stay focused and stick with the team. But we did an episode on Anthony Davis with this.
Yeah.
Because we saw this same thing.
That was the Philly game.
No, that was games before that. All the games like, yo, what is he doing? He's every time you turn around, he's grabbing his leg. He's hurt. He's falling. I've never seen a big that's not in the paint on the floor falling down as much as I see Anthony Davis. I've never seen this, and he's doing it shooting jump shots. Falling
no
to the
physicality, nobody pushing him, no
I don't get
rough
it.
housing, nothing. Just
And I seen him get in the paint and dominate games.
I'm at a loss for words, man. I am. I they better get it together though. That's it. That's all you can really state because the writing's on the wall, right? But they've backed themselves in the corner to where not only do they have to ball, now they have to rely on other teams to help them out. That's a bad position to be in.
I know somebody that's waiting on them. His name is Steph Curry. I would not want to be in a play-in game, one game, playing against Steph Curry.
That's a fact. I give you that. But the way things, I ain't worried about that. He would have to score 120 by himself, man.
You better start worrying. Because the way the Lakers look, and then listen to what some of the things they're saying. We're not connected. How you not connected, Kuzma? And y'all been in the bubble where no family members, no nothing. How the core should be.
But who's making these? You said Kuzma, right?
Yeah.
Kuzma has always had his moments where he's very emotional in the comments he's made. His maturity.
But he always say these things after he have a decent game stat-wise.
Yeah. The veterans aren't saying that, though. Well, those we consider to be the veterans and the leaders of the team.
Yeah, well.
Listen, that's a whole nother lane we can go down. The truth of the matter is, or the fact is, LeBron value is being shown league-wise and especially on this team. And those who doubted it up until this point, just really lock in. This is the second time this happened when he had a team top 4 in the Western Conference. Y'all say the Western Conference is where the beast is at, right?
Right.
He got hurt, and they went to the basement, damn near. And now they're fighting to stay out of the play-in. And his Robin is he's not playing up to that contract he just signed.
Not at all.
That's soft, man. And I'm trying to, take the high road, not take the high road, but just be respectful about it. But I don't like what I see. Like he's bugging right now. But that skill set, like you said, his talent,
Let's get it. If he having back spasms, okay. But what were you doing before the back spasm started? Nothing.
But that's the question, though.
Yeah.
What play led to the back spasm? It's like
the ankle.
So he just didn't want the ball.
I told you that. Before the twisting of the ankle, before him going to the back, I told you that several times. You can tell from his body language. I saw it in some of them bad games that he had in the playoffs last year. Yeah. When you had 6'5" and 6'6" guys guarding him.
Houston.
Yeah, and he would not demolish them. It took Rondo to get that done. I mean, we just rambled for 30 minutes or more.
No, we didn't ramble. We spoke truth, man.
And that's the thing. People need to understand, and you fans out there, I'm not a Laker basher. I don't normally bash the team I'm rooting for. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. And if you don't recognize LeBron importance, everybody knew he's important, but not this important. They don't realize when he's not on the team. You can call it a super team when he's there and all that. I don't care who it is. I watched in Miami, and I've been holding this for a long time. I watched in Miami, same thing. he got to play 38 minutes, because as soon as he come out the game, nothing could be done. And that's the team with Wade, and Bosh was supposed to be the big three and the super team and all this kind of stuff. But it's not super when he's not on the floor.
You mean that same team when Bron will find out probably moments before the game that Wade wasn't playing?
Right. And he's still, right. Wade was hurt with that knee. And if you go into the LeBron last season there, Wade was
they
an
were far
average
from a
player.
super team. Yeah, that was over with.
Right. His name and the fact that people love, because if you look at this, it's strange when you look at it. Because if you look at his stats and where they were, and look at LeBron's stats, you would ask yourself, why is he taking all the heat?
That's a fact. To the point to where Danny Green and all, they had the clamps. We're going somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is that every team LeBron is on is always deemed a super team. No, he's just that great.
Right. Oh, all of a sudden, when he was in Cleveland, Kyrie Irving is a superstar. Okay.
He's a scorer.
Now, right now, he's back to appearing to be dangerous because he has other super friends.
Mm-hmm.
But when if LeBron didn't play in Cleveland, they look just like the Lakers. Look tonight.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Man.
I am too, man. So you heard it here first.
The only silver lining that we can come up with is the simple fact that the most valuable player
coming back on Tuesday.
Is coming back on Tuesday. That's it.
All right, man. So you heard it here first, man. My uncle likes to state that, he's not a big fan of bashing teams that you root for, but I think there's a fine line between bashing and stating facts. It's not like we get on this camera, this podcast every week and talk nonsense. We keep it a buck. What we see, we share.
We keep the fans' hopes up. That's what we're here for.
Hey, you see the positive things in the game and you share it.
Right. What I'm supposed to say? Anything I said to, if I didn't say anything other than what I'm saying tonight, then you guys, we're full of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Period.
Yeah. So, not much more to say. AD, it is what it is. We're just hoping for a little bit more much more from you. Vogel, same. And we'll see once LeBron comes back.
And that's the thing. The rest of them, I'm not. You. They need a leader on the floor, and it just proves that Anthony Davis is not a leader. And all of this, again, Anthony Davis gave LeBron a ring. Like, no, he carried LeBron. LeBron ain't never been carried. No, he carried teams. He carried organizations.
Yeah, man. He carries cities, man. When he leave, the economy go under, man.
I mean, come on. And I don't know.
I'm over it too, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, because pretty much, if you didn't have so many great teams this year, I wouldn't be looking forward to the playoffs. But there's so much other excitement going on in all across the league. The Eastern Conference is looking great. The Western Conference always been there. The play-in is exciting.
Yeah,
it's giving you, but it's gonna have Laker fans. Y'all gonna be on the edge of your seat, and I'm trying to tell you, all of you guys that been not liking LeBron, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop it because you need him. Period.
All right. Same here, man. So you heard it here first. Team Sports Entertainment, the podcast. Like the video, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree with what we're stating regarding LeBron, Vogel, AD. Just leave a comment below. We'll be definitely engaging. You got something else to say?
Yeah. If you don't agree with what we're saying, you're delusional. And you letting the fact that you're a fan hide the truth from you. You have to recognize what is actually happening. Do we hope and wish that they can turn it around? And the hope that we have is that a 36-year-old coming back off a high ankle sprain can change what you saw tonight. for them to compete. Because for me, it's not making the playoffs. It's championship or bust.
Yeah.
Period. And if LeBron is that good that this team could win a championship this year, and I don't think at 36 years old, I don't think coming off a high ankle sprain at 36 years old, the way this schedule been all year, I don't think so. I don't think. If I ever doubted LeBron and what he could do, but I still have that hope that can he? Maybe he can, but it's going to be rough.
Well, that's the beauty of the game, man. We shall see.
Yeah.
Let the schedule flow and let the games play and see what happens, man. So, I'm speechless, man. It's your boy Earl Teema, Big Unc right here. Just make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we upload new content here at Team Sports Entertainment. We out of here. Y'all be good.
Peace.
Hey, yo,